So we've just had a pretty deep conversation about something that I think is one of the most misunderstood concepts in personal finance. The idea that financial discipline is not something you're born with, not some magical personality trait that the lucky few possess and the rest of us just have to envy from afar. We talked about how that belief, that discipline is fixed, that you either have it or you don't, is actually one of the most dangerous and self-limiting beliefs you can carry. Because when you believe that discipline is a personality trait, when you believe that financially successful people were simply born with more willpower than you, what you're really doing is giving yourself permission to give up. You're telling yourself that it's not your fault, that you're just wired differently, that you might as well accept your financial fate because you can't change your DNA. We talked about the science of habit formation, how every single behavior, including financial behavior, is really just a neural pathway that gets strengthened every time you repeat it. We talked about neuroplasticity, that incredible capacity of your brain to rewire itself, to form new connections, to literally change its physical structure based on what you practice consistently. And we talked about how that means financial discipline is more like a muscle than a personality trait. It's something you build, something you train, something that grows stronger with consistent use and atrophies when you neglect it. We talked about the concept of micro-habits, those tiny, almost laughably small actions that you take every single day that compound over time into massive results. Things like reviewing your spending for just 2 minutes every morning. Things like transferring a small amount of money to savings the moment you get paid. Things like asking yourself one simple question before every purchase. Is this aligned with my financial goals? We talked about why starting small is actually the secret to sustainability. Because when you try to overhaul your entire financial life overnight, when you try to go from zero discipline to full financial monk mode in a single day, what inevitably happens is burnout. You crash, you binge spend, you revert to old habits, and you feel even worse about yourself than you did before. But here's the thing, and this is where we need to move from the abstract to the concrete, from listening to seeing. All of this talk about muscles and micro habits and neuroplasticity is powerful. I hope you've been internalizing it, really feeling the weight of it. But I also know that there is a massive gap between understanding a concept intellectually and actually being able to implement it in your daily life. And that gap is often bridged by visual demonstration. Because let's be honest, when you just hear about micro habits, they can sound almost too simple to be effective. 2 minutes a day? That's nothing. How could 2 minutes possibly change my financial life? And that's a fair question. It's a rational question. But the answer lies in the visual proof, in seeing what consistent micro-habits actually look like over time, in seeing the compound effect of tiny daily actions, in seeing how a small, visible, trackable habit can transform your entire financial trajectory. So right now, I'm going to transition from audio to visual. I'm going to put up something on your screen that I think will genuinely blow your mind. A visual representation of how a single 2-minute daily habit compounds over the course of a year, 5 years, 10 years. You're going to see a graph that tracks the financial progress of two identical people. Same income, same expenses, same starting point. But one of them implements the 2-minute daily spending review. The other doesn't. And what you're going to see is that over time, that tiny daily action creates a massive divergence. It's not even close. It's like watching a marathon where one runner is taking consistent, steady steps, and the other keeps stopping, starting, getting distracted, giving up. I'm also going to share my screen with you and show you exactly what a micro-habit tracker looks like. This is something you can literally download, print out, or save to your phone. It's a visual tool that gamifies the process of building your financial discipline muscle. You'll see how you can check off each day that you complete your 2-minute review, how you can track your streak, how you can literally watch your discipline muscle grow stronger day by day, week by week, month by month. Because there is something deeply satisfying, something psychologically powerful, about seeing visual proof of your progress. It releases dopamine, the same chemical that impulse buying triggers, but in a way that actually serves your long-term goals rather than sabotaging them. And I'm going to show you a visual breakdown of the different muscle groups of financial discipline. Because just like your physical body has different muscles that need different exercises, your financial life has different areas that need different habits. We'll look at saving discipline, spending discipline, investing discipline, debt repayment discipline. And I'll show you a visual map of how to train each one specifically, with targeted micro habits that are tailored to your unique financial situation. I also want to show you what burnout looks like visually, because understanding the warning signs is crucial. When you see a graph of someone who tried to change everything at once, who went from 0 to 100 overnight, you can literally see the spike and then the crash. The enthusiasm, the extreme restriction, the financial fasting, and then the inevitable collapse, the spending binge, the shame, the guilt, and the return to old habits. Seeing that pattern visually, recognizing the shape of it, is one of the most powerful ways to avoid falling into that trap yourself. So I'm going to change things up right now. I'm going to move from my voice in your ears to full visual mode, my face, my screen, charts, trackers, graphs, and real-world examples. I want you to see what disciplined financial behavior actually looks like over time. I want you to see the gradual upward slope, the small daily wins, the compound effect of consistent action. Because once you see that, once you visualize it, it stops being an abstract concept and starts becoming a tangible reality that you can actually achieve. All right, let's transition. Let's bring up the micro habit tracker on your screen right now, and let me show you exactly how to build your financial discipline muscle, one tiny habit at a time, starting today. Get ready to see your financial future in a way you've never seen it before.